Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and today I will show you how to monitor a real-time sulfur dioxide concentration using Sentinel 5P NRTI SO2 data. So let's get started. So now let me explain about sulfur dioxide. So how does the sulfur dioxide gets in air? The largest source of sulfur dioxide in the atmosphere is burning of fossil fuels by plants, power plants and other industrial activities. The smaller source of sulfur emission includes industrial processes such as extracting metal from ore, natural sources such as volcanoes, locomotives, ships and other vehicles and heavy equipments that burns fuel with a high sulfur content. So what are the harmful effects of sulfur dioxide? The short-term exposure to can harm a human respiratory system and make breathing difficult. The people with asthma, particularly children, are sensitive to this effects of sulfur dioxide. So sulfur dioxide emission that leads to a high concentration of sulfur in air generally leads to the formation of sulfur oxides. And these small particles may penetrate deeply into lungs and in sufficient quantity can contribute to health problems. So what are the environmental effects of sulfur dioxide? At higher concentration, it can harm trees and plants and damage to and decrease the growth. And sulfur dioxide and other sulfur oxide can contribute to acid rain, which can harm the sensitive ecosystem. So now let me map our sulfur dioxide concentration using Sentinel 5P data. So let's get started. So to monitor our real-time sulfur dioxide concentration, first we need to import our country's boundary layer into Earth Engine. So to load our country's boundary layer into Earth Engine, define a variable called variable countries equals to dot feature collection USDOS, that is United States of Department of State Large Scale International Boundary Simple 2017. This is a country boundary layer. First we need to import this country boundary layer into Earth Engine. So define as a variable countries dot feature collection. So next, to access and import our Sentinel 5P NRTI sulfur to monitor the sulfur dioxide concentration, we have to define a variable called collections. So equals to dot image collection, referring to this particular Sentinel 5P image, that is Copernicus S5P NRTI L3 band, referring to sulfur dioxide concentration. And next we are selecting with dot select, specifically we are selecting the sulfur dioxide column number density. So next we're going to define a specific time period to view or to monitor our sulfur dioxide concentration. For that, I define dot filter date. So from 2019, so to monitor our sulfur dioxide concentration with a specific time period, we define that is dot filter date 2019 June, that is 6/1/2 2019 June to 11. So we are monitoring the sulfur dioxide concentration between the June 1 to June 11 2019. So next is we're going to set a default visualization parameter, that is a parameter that is we use to specify the color for a different concentration of sulfur dioxide. That is, here the yellow and red represents the highest concentration of sulfur dioxide, and similarly the blue and black represents the lowest concentration of sulfur dioxide. So to define a visualization parameter, I defined a variable called band vis. So refers to band visualization equals to, we set a minimum value of around 0.01, 0.0 and to a maximum value of 0.0005, and we are choosing our color palette scheme, that is black to red. Black and blue represents the lowest concentration of sulfur dioxide, and similarly the yellow and red represents the highest concentration of sulfur dioxide. At last we have to add our layer, that is our sulfur dioxide concentration layer. So to add clip and center our sulfur dioxide layer, so I defined a variable called map.add layer. So we have used a collection dot mean. So collection here refers to our Sentinel 5P image, that is we are used to access our sulfur dioxide concentration. In that we are using dot mean. So mean function is used in this specific code in order to, because we have our time ranges, our time period is ranging from 2019 June 1 to 2019 June 11. So varying from 1 to 11 June of 2019. So for that, in order to acquire a mean value of sulfur dioxide concentration for this time period, we are specifically mentioning, specifically using this mean function, that is collection dot mean. So from Sentinel 5P image, a range from 1 to 11, we will get a mean sulfur dioxide concentration using this specific function. So next we are using a dot clip. So in order to clip, that is our country's boundary layer, so avoid ocean covers, only we are viewing at the country level. So for that, we can define dot clip countries. So only the concentration of sulfur dioxide, the countries will be visible, avoiding the ocean country sulfur dioxide concentration. So for that, we used a dot clip countries, referring to our country's boundary layer here. At last, band visualization. So we have to define a color scheme for our layer, sulfur dioxide layer. For that, we are accessing band visualization. So referring to this one, we have specified the range of color from black to blue, lowest concentration of sulfur dioxide, and yellow to red, a highest concentration of sulfur dioxide, and output the layer name as S5P SO2, that is Sentinel 5P sulfur dioxide. At last, to center our map and to set our specific zoom level, so to center our map dot center 0.0, 0.0. So this is a lat and longitude in order to set our layer with a specific zoom level of 2. So now let us run our code. Go to the option called run script and click run script. So click run script. So you can able to view the layer is loading here. So now we can able to view the global concentration of sulfur dioxide with a specific timeline from June 1 to June 11, 2019. So here the red color indicates, red and yellow indicates highest concentration of sulfur dioxide, and blue and black indicates the lowest concentration of sulfur dioxide as specified in my visualization parameter. So you can clearly view the black and blue indicates the lowest, and yellow and red indicates the highest concentration of sulfur dioxide. So here you can clearly view that this part of our globe has a highest level of sulfur dioxide concentration. So here too, we can clearly view that the concentration is pretty high in this region. So you can able to clearly view that in Africa there is a very high concentration of sulfur dioxide. Towards the south side we have a very high concentration of sulfur dioxide, that is in South Africa. So in this region has a very high level of sulfur dioxide concentration. And similarly in here, that is towards the Middle East, we can able to clearly view in the coastal part of this Middle East there is a higher concentration of sulfur dioxide. So red and yellow indicates a higher concentration of sulfur dioxide. So that is specifically around the coastal part of the Middle East. So similarly, let us see in India. So in India, you can clearly be able to view, and only in certain part of our India has a very high level of sulfur dioxide concentration. So let me view the location of that area. So this is India. We can able to view this is a high concentration of sulfur dioxide being observed in this part. Now let us view the name. So this is located in Chhattisgarh. So similarly in China, we have a fewer hotspot of higher concentration of sulfur dioxide, and also in part of so we have fewer hotspots. So let us observe in the United States and Canada. So in the United States, let us view the concentration of sulfur dioxide. So in the United States, it is fairly a lower concentration of sulfur dioxide being observed. So you can clearly view that. So let us view in Canada. Let me verify it's Canada. Yeah, it's Canada. So here is a very high concentration of sulfur dioxide is observed here in Canada. And in this region there is a very high concentration of sulfur dioxide. So in this video I have shown you how to monitor a real-time sulfur dioxide concentration using Sentinel 5P image, and how to import our country's boundary layer, and how to access and import Sentinel 5P with specifically sulfur dioxide band, and how to set visualization parameter, and how to add clip and center of a sulfur dioxide layer. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our channel and give us a like.